Hey everybody, how are you doing today? It's Steve. I go by Stever82 or Crypto Steve, depending on where you might see me. I do YouTube videos, I do 3Speak videos. I try to share this stuff all over the place just to, show off the projects I like, whether it's Splinterlands, Townstar, or one of my new favorite things to be on, and that's the Binance Smart Chain. I want to thank all my new subscribers that have been joining my channel. If you're joining, please leave a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see more of. I tend to make stuff about ways for you to make passive returns. I'm really into exchanges that do that, like StakeCube. I use Celsius, and the like StakeCube is kind of like the smaller one that you don't have to tell them who you are yet. That might change as they're getting upgraded and things like that. Celsius is a full KYC, legal in America, but you're gonna have to pay your taxes and know all your stuff. And Binance Smart Chain is a little bit in between. I know I have to keep track of this stuff on my own and everything like that, but it's a fun little way to get into the DeFi world. And that's really what I'm looking at on there. But I am also going to try to follow up on some of the projects that open up there. There's the new social media site that's coming onto there, and there's the Oracle program. So there's a lot of fun stuff that's going to be happening, I feel like, in the next couple months leading into the end of this year for the Binance Smart Chain. That's why, while I'm not a financial advisor, BNB has just been on a tear, and I could very easily see that coin going up. Make sure you do all your own research before you get into this. Also, ETH2 actually having some kind of scaling solution that comes out and works. It would take a lot of thunder out of projects like Polkadot, Cardano, and Binance Smart Chain, who have all been really BNB, ADA, and Polkadot have been really strong, growing projects. And without, and it's because ETH is just failing to adapt, and people are looking for a way to play in the DeFi world without having to worry about the fact that they're paying these large fees. Because if you want to get into these things, I think most of us, because they're new, you don't want to do a huge investment unless you're a whale. And if you want to invest, let's say $500, you got to pay $50 or $100 fee. You're looking at needing a 20 or 30% return just to break even on that fee. Another 20 or 30% return to get a return when you sell that coin or trade it back out and then send it to your wallet. So even the coin that goes up by like 40 or 50 or 60%, you can't make any money off of that. So we're going to get into the video now. That was just a little bit of me chatting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is going to be a video following up on the Binance Smart Chain and what projects I'm in. And we'll take a quick look using some of the tools I showed in my last video that I'll link to as well, which was all about how you can find projects. I will be showing you some new ones that popped up that I'm not invested in, and show you that you do need to do your own research because one of them was already reported to have done a rug pull. So we're going to start off with my probably luckiest project to get into so far, and that is Goose Finance. So I'm going to break down a little bit of how the site works so you understand. And Goose has just been on a tear. When I bought this coin, it was at $14. Don't think I'm a rich person now. I didn't buy that many. You can't see because I'm blocking it out. Let me scroll. No, it's $133. And I'm going to show you a second on the Binance Smart Chain tab where we could see this project getting because of their burn mechanism. So this is a site that came out that was a copy of PancakeSwap with a little bit of a different game mechanics into how they burn the token. So if you look at it, it looks just like PancakeSwap, right? I mean, literally. Let's go back and forth a few times. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They saw PancakeSwap was popular and working, and that one is also doing well. But they decided to go ahead and add a different mechanism to do more of burning on their token, because I think one of the things that hurts some of these farming coins is the idea that you're going to have unlimited amounts of these coins, right? It's the only way to incentivize us to keep staking our coins, and it's the only way to make us want to stake, make you want to provide liquidity. They have to be paying you these egg tokens or the pancake tokens or the the other cake token or the sushi token or they need to incentivize people, besides the fact that if it's your project, you might be incentivized to put liquidity into a pool to help your project succeed. Well, we are in a situation now where this project found an interesting little niche, and I'll show you how their niche works. They trade, their trade is just like anybody else, providing liquidity to them, just like works like anybody else, but the difference becomes when you go to stake your tokens into their farms. Now, if you're going to participate in egg farms, there is no deposit fee. But if you're going to deposit your liquidity in any of these other pools to earn egg tokens, they take a 4% cut. Now, the reason they take a 4% cut of your deposit is because they know you're setting yourself up to be able to go ahead and farm the egg tokens, sell them, and make a profit. And most of these returns are, this is 1,000%. This one up here so that's one that I'm in DAI-BUSD, and then I stake some dots. That's at 1,700% returns. So you have to, oh wait, no, this is the liquidity pool. I put I'll show you that's in the pools I'm in. Sorry, I'm only in the liquidity pool for the DAI-BUSD one. This is one of the safer ones. It's got one of the smaller APRs in the group, but it's where you're going to just be doing stablecoin versus stablecoin. So I don't have to worry about impermanent loss there, but I do lose 4% when I deposited that. Now, but the egg pools are free, and then the same thing on their nest. The nest pools, if you stake your eggs, that's no fee. But if you want to stake anything else to earn rewards, there's a 4% fee. Now, why should you be on a site that's going to charge you to stake your tokens? You might be wondering. Well, it creates the ability for them to have a pool of money that they can use to buy egg tokens back and burn them. Because of that, they are keeping their circulating supply of eggs much lower than the circulating supply of Pancake, even though they have very similar distribution models. And that is why this token has sprung up to currently being at $134, which is pretty impressive. It's going up and down right now a whole lot in that range. And one of the reasons why I believe is for two things. It's a smaller, newer protocol. It just reached $100 million locked in liquidity pools, and they were recently featured by Box Mining, which was a really cool thing for them, which got them some more popularity. And it's really a project to watch for, because Goose's big pitch was the other guys left this code in their project that lets them rug pull you. We took it out and we're exposing the code, and we promise that we're not going to do this. Still, obviously, this is risky. That could be the biggest scam ever, and they could be the trickiest group you've ever seen, and they're just tricking us. Or they're going to be one of the honest farms out there that's going to be around for a while, and these eggs are going to be really popular. The other thing that Goose is going to do is to help the liquidity pool for them is they're going to do something interesting when it comes to their liquidity pools. And I'll put a link to their Medium page so you can check this out. I don't want to stay on this project for too much longer, but they're going to make it so that they're going to have what they call a liquidity pool 2 come out for the same egg tokens. And then what you can do is that liquidity pool is going to have a percentage return that's guaranteed, and you can get into it, and that percentage return will stay there, unlike the other pools where the more that gets staked, the less that you get. But to move into that pool, when you deposit your eggs, they're going to be burned, but you can maybe get into a pool that'll have a very high return, and you'll be guaranteed to always have that return while you're in that pool. And they're going to release these every once in a while as a mechanism to burn their original eggs. So every once in a while, they're going to release a secondary liquidity pool where you can farm the egg token, but you can only get into the egg token, into that pool, by burning your egg tokens when you deposit them, which is an interesting way to play on the idea of releasing a new coin and try to keep their users from having to chase things, right? Because like if you're in a liquidity pool and you get in early and you're like, yeah, I'm getting big returns, I'm using a whole bunch of tokens, oh, the platform got huge, there's so many people here now, I'm not earning as much as I was before, the APY just drops off a cliff. Well, they're going to try to counter that by saying, okay, we're going to set up this new liquidity pool, but you can only get into it if you burn a whole bunch of your tokens, and then you're in it and you'll earn those returns. And so you'll earn those tokens back over time. And then that liquidity pool will keep paying out at a high rate. While the original liquidity pool then has a chance to have a whole bunch of people leave it and go into the new one, and it'll just create kind of some gamification between which one of these layered pools you want to be in on this site. It's really an interesting idea. I haven't seen it before. We'll have to see when they launch it how popular it is and if people are going to do it, but it's a cool thing to check out. And again, I'll link you to their Medium page in the description below if you want to check them out. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the token supply and things like that right now. So I'm going to do a quick refresh here because this price is going up and down by so much. So see, it was 119 just last time I loaded this page. Now it's 134. It's very, very volatile, but we only have a market cap of $49 million. So a lot of people would consider a DeFi project with over $100 million locked in liquidity on it still a pretty good buy at a market cap of only $49 million. So that's the one thing to kind of keep in mind when you're doing your research. You always want to check what they would be at. There is no totally diluted market cap to share with you, because like I said, there is no cap on eggs. They just produce so many eggs every block. They distribute them out to their people who are getting rewards in their different pools. And that it's just, in theory, would keep going up and up and up and up and up. But like I said, they have their burn mechanism. So let me just bring something up really quick, and then we'll get off of egg. So this is their Telegram group. Also, we'll link here. But here was their last buyback. They bought back 30,000 US dollars worth of eggs and burned them. So they announce these whenever they do them. They share the transaction for you to see, and they do these, sporadically when they get enough money built up in their pool to do a big buy, or when they see the token starting to slip, they kind of use it as a stabilization tool to come in and if somebody's going to buy the dip, it's going to be them, and they're going to burn those eggs, and they're going to take a lot out of circulation, and it's going to keep this circulation number from going out of control, even though it's got a protocol where this number would theoretically just keep going up and up and up. But we know on platforms like this, you're incentivized to leave your tokens in liquidity pools, leave them staking, so that is why it's not a huge deal. All right, we're going to move on now to PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap had some interesting stuff recently. They recently did one of their first IFOs. Now, are a new one. This got super oversubscribed, so these initial offerings can be exciting. It might be because of what Berry is. Berry is an exciting project. It's basically trying to be the chain link of Binance Smart Chain. So it's an Oracle project. It has the same kind of things, and once this is out there and running and fully working, you're going to be able to see some other projects work with Berry to set up some of the other kind of exciting things that you see going on in the world of DeFi on some of the other chains. So this is an exciting project. It's an ambitious one for sure, but so many people wanted to take part in this that they oversubscribed $1 million goal by 1,000. Like this percentage is just insane. It's well over, like, they would have raised $180 million. It's really ridiculous. So what ended up happening here, they only had this 2 million Berry to go. Since it was oversubscribed, then they had to go by the proportion of how much of that you gave them is how much you got. So if you only gave them, I heard an example by another person that somebody who put $6,000 worth of tokens into this pool only ended up getting 62 Berry tokens. Now, they did get a bulk amount of their money back because they do the math where they do you gave us $6,000, we got $89 million, so you get 1% of the pool. So we keep that 1%, and that's not the real number, but we keep that 1% of your money. We give you the rest of your liquidity tokens back, and then that allows you to get 1% of the pool. So here's your 2 Berry tokens. even though you put in $6,000, which if you would have got in a chunk of the actual numbers, if it would have just been here. That's why it's kind of interesting to partake in these liquidity pools. You have to lock up and give your tokens to them for a little while, let the liquidity pool funding end, figure out how many you get, and you're usually going to get a refund of your liquidity tokens and a small amount of the token. Unless it doesn't get undersubscribed, then they'll keep all of your liquidity tokens you give them, and then you'll get a lot of the token. So it is a bit of a gamble, because if you're wrong and it's not a good project and nobody else invests in it, you'll end up with a whole bunch of tokens nobody wants and lose all of your liquidity tokens you provided to them. If you took a big gamble on this one and gave them a ton of liquidity tokens, you got a lot of them back, but you actually got an okay share of the Berry 2 million that was up in this initial launch. It's kind of an interesting gamification. It's really the main difference between Cake and between PancakeSwap and Goose DeFi. They don't have a token launching service as of yet. I don't think they're big enough yet. At only $100 million locked, they are far and away from this over $2 billion, almost $3 billion that is locked on PancakeSwap. This is also why I can see Goose growing a lot. You got Cake token sitting here at $13. It has been on a wild ride as well, going up from a much $1 price just like a month ago to now $13. It's been a really crazy ride. This one works a lot, pretty much the same as Goose DeFi, where they have liquidity pools, and you can put money into here where you just put in. They have farms that use LP tokens, and you can put in any of the different LP tokens that you want. They did add a new feature that's pretty cool that you can do here. You can go to your staked only. I hope to see all of them enter this soon. This really helps. As you can see, I'm in a .bnb pool here, and I'm in a DAI BAUSD pool here. I'm thinking about as Goose DeFi, if Goose DeFi gets fully vetted, passes their audit, and stays legitimate as they've been, I might move some of these funds over there instead of over here, just because the returns over there are higher at this point. But this is what most people would consider safer. So that's kind of, you got to pick your poison, to figure out where you want to put your money. The other thing that they are doing, they're going to have an NFT platform. So Cake is more of a, going to be an everything DeFi platform, because I imagine once they get these NFTs going, there'll probably be some ability to do some staking of NFTs to earn returns, which is something that's starting to become another part of the DeFi landscape. I don't know if there's much different to show you here. I showed you that they have the token launching. They have the NFTs. This one has a lottery. I think Goose has a lottery too. No, they actually don't. They don't have a lottery because they have the 4% buy-in to do their token buybacks, whereas PancakeSwap is using their lottery to help burn their tokens. They also have some other burn mechanisms that's trying to keep their token supply from going up too high, and they have adjusted their reward from their initial reward and lowered it, and they do reserve the right to keep lowering it to try to keep the supply at a certain number. So we'll go ahead and go take a look at their metrics really quick, just so we can see them. So they're currently sitting around $12.95 actually. So I didn't refresh the site, with a market cap though of $2 billion, $2.4 billion in Cake. So that's where you can see the big difference between a project like Goose, only at 449 million, and a project like PancakeSwap already at $2.4 billion. The total supply of Cake also, as you can see, is a much bigger number than the total supply of a project like Goose. Only 300,000 eggs currently in this one. And what number is this? 188 million tokens? Sorry about that. I have a little cough. Thanks for hanging out if you hung out this long. I'm going to show you a project that I got into today, because this one is BakerySwap. BakerySwap feels a lot more like PancakeSwap. It's got lower APIs. It feels safer. It's kind of being promoted by the Binance people, so it's a much safer one to look at. But it doesn't have those super high returns like some of the newer sites that are out there. So you also can take a look at this one. They work a lot like other ones. I went ahead and I sold one of my eggs when it got up to about $130 for 130 bakery swaps, because these were sitting just around $1. And I don't know as much about this one, but they do have an exchange. They do have a way for you to earn. Either you can earn by staking other kind of tokens. So right here you can stake the different LP tokens. You can also, they're doing pools kind of like where you can stake Bake to earn Berry, which is a good thing to see them doing. They have the other liquidity pools here, and it's a couple different projects. So if you're into any of these projects, this might be the site you want to use. Whether you're a Doge fan and you like the idea of getting some baked Doge and staking it to earn a pretty hefty return of 76% for 2 coins that are pretty safe, or if you know a lot about any of these projects, they're also kind of interesting. They also have just 3 regular staking pools, so you can do a Bake to Berry, a Bake to Shield, or Bake to Weapon. Plus, they hide this one here. This is Bake to Bake. I feel like this should be also listed over here. They also have a few more down here, so you can see all of these other ones to earn Bake. Just kind of let you check those out really quick. I don't know as much about this one, but it's a popular one. They have an ETH 2.0 bridge that they're setting up. They have an NFT marketplace. They also have a launch pad where they're going to be doing different protocols. So we'll have to see what comes up next. As you can see, their Shield protocol did pretty well. Their Battle Pets one went pretty well, which is a project I want to look into for sure. And then we'll see which one they get next. This will kind of be interesting to see who gets the bigger projects, BakerySwap or PancakeSwap. They're both pretty big projects. So as you can see, the Bake in circulation is actually, it's a decent number. It's pretty big there at over 100 million. We'll look at the tokenomics of this one. Sorry if you're a big fan of that. I'm just learning about it, but I am invested in it, so I wanted to share it a little bit. So the Bakery token is sitting here at a market cap of over 500 million. So this is a little bit bigger. It's currently priced right around $1. It is on a pretty good run recently, 75% up. And it has a total supply of 500 million tokens. So I might have made a mistake picking this one up for one of my Goose tokens. We'll have to see. But I just wanted to kind of put myself out there, be exposed to all of these. And if Bake did something like PancakeSwap and got up to that multi-billion-dollar, we could be seeing like a $4 to $5 Bake token in the future. But it'll probably really depend on if they can get some excitement around some new projects they're running, or one of the projects that they're featuring that somebody else does gets a really good boost. All right, so now we're going to take a quick look to end the video. Thanks for hanging out if you have this long, and I'll try to put a link to this in the timestamp. I need to learn how to do that, guys. But this is the Binance Scan yield farm page that I told you about in the last video. Now, these projects can be brand new. That's why there's a big do your own research megaphone here. And as you can see, so I showed you last time Goose and Birthday Cake that was new. And since then, we've had 4 projects launch here. You had Wall Street Swaps, Tiger Finance, Kiwi Swap, and Dank Swap. Wall Street did a rug pull, according to the tag here. The last and you did have Ice Cream that got drained. You had a rug pull over here on Tin Finance. So you can see there are some, while there are some pretty, legit projects here like Kebab, and so far Goose has been okay, but it's not. We'll have to see if it can last the time. It's only been around since the 11th. And so we'll just, kind of see how you can come here and you can see, okay, well, here's a brand new protocol. You can go ahead and click here to check it out. It'll take you to the protocol. You can look at what's going on here. So you've got, they'll give you their supply, how much they're doing per block. And then let's see. This looks like they're all kind of doing copies of Pancake at this time. So they have an exchange. They have a way for you to do liquidity. They have a couple farms. So you can do... it looks like this is just staking their token to earn their token here. It's kind of an interesting one. This is my first time looking at this. I didn't prempt this ahead of time. And then right here, yeah. Wow, that APR is pretty crazy. It's very interesting. And you might be like, well, this website looks too simple. I don't like this one. So maybe we'll just take a quick look at Kiwi. All right, Kiwi looks a little bit better. Again, it's similar setup to copying PancakeSwap. They also have a lottery desk. They have farms and staking. So their lottery right now is pretty small. Their APY in the farms is pretty high. They have a couple partnerships here, which is interesting to see. The total supply right here is still pretty low at 27,000. If we go to the farms, they have quite a lot here. Let's see if they have any safe ones. Yeah. No, they don't have any of the USD, like the stable-to-stable ones in the liquidity pools. This one's probably the safest one, but with BNB running up so high right now, you have a possibility of losing some value by putting BNB in any pool right now. Kiwi USDC is kind of interesting. If you believe this token might go up, then it's not that bad of a deal at this point if it's not too expensive. Let's see what pools they offer. So they have a Kiwi pool, a butt pool, and a cheese BNB pool. So I don't really know much about these. I'm just taking a look at them. I don't like that the images for these don't load. That is kind of strange. So, okay, something about a salsa token is here. Sorry guys, this is just kind of what you got to do when you're taking a look at these new ones. We'll go ahead and take a look at Wall Street, see if they had a more professional looking site, even though, oh yeah, they're gone. So they're completely gone. And then we had Tiger Finance as the other new one that launched on Valentine's Day. They look like, so they have a landing page and then they have a farm page. So you can do Tiger BNB, Tiger BUSD, and Tiger Cake. So that's an interesting setup. They're kind of copying off of it. It's not showing. The rewards are pretty small. That's not very much Tiger per block. So this might be one that's trying to keep the circulating supply kind of low. All right, guys. I just kind of wanted to give you a feel for where to come, where to do your research. Obviously, you got to start with their website. You should then go to their Medium pages. You should check out all their Telegrams. You should make sure that you feel comfortable in putting money that you're willing to lose into any of the sites if you're going to get on them day one. If not, then you do want to go ahead and use the other site that shows you the more verified, audited projects. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the video there, guys. It was nice to hang out with you again, do a little follow-up on my Binance Smart Chain video. I know there was a request for somebody to say on this video to show you how to get money back into Binance USA. I'm going to do that in the next couple days. I just really wanted to do a quick follow-up because, I shared Goose with you guys a few days ago, and to see this now hitting $143, let me just... Oh yeah, you can't really see it, but it's $143. This one's pretty wild. As long as these burns keep happening, and as long as the liquidity here keeps growing, this project is looking promising. You have to do your own research. I'll say one more time, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who's been looking into these different projects, and I really do like the fee burn mechanism as a way to keep their token supply from getting out of control, better than a lotto, because or even a token launching as a way of burning, because you don't want to just be oversaturating the market with a bunch of junk projects by doing a whole bunch of token launches, and you don't want to do a lotto is a lotto, right? How many of us want to play the lotto? Some people might not. Sorry, I got my Telegram thing. I got to move out of the way because I'm getting pop-ups. Let me just move that out of the way, guys. So I'll just go ahead and say goodbye. Hope you all are doing well in the market. I know right now a lot of us have projects that are flying off the shelves. Bitcoin's hitting all-time highs. A lot of other projects are hitting all-time highs. Don't be afraid to take profits, people. It's not a bad idea to, look at something that's gone up a whole lot and go ahead and take out those initial investments. Do other things like that, because the market is, nothing goes up forever, and I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I hope I could be wrong and we could just be going up, up, and up, and up, but you never know. Bye, everyone.